There's always victimized, there's none of theirs. I have 2 and 2, that's two.
Seeing is believing. A lot of people aren't familiar with a communication disability. They don't know what it looks like. And I've seen the repercussions of what happens when there isn't support. Often these individuals are at higher risk of being underhoused, having some kind of involvement with the justice system, and we know that they're at just a much higher risk of being victimized. Unfortunately, that's probably because people see them as the perfect victim. They think that they won't be able to tell anyone. And if they do, no one will understand. They'll never be able to go to court and testify. They'll never be able to give a statement to a police officer, right?
No one wants to do a bad job, but there's absolutely cases where we have not excelled as well as we could because we're trying to speak to a victim or we're trying to speak to a witness, and the person knows that they know what happened, but they're not able to communicate it. So imagine how frustrating that would be if you were the victim and you're there and you're trying to get your words out and it feels like no one is listening to you. It'd be awful.
Their credibility should be judged on their ability to communicate with the supports they need to do so to their best ability. And because of communication intermediaries, this person can tell their story.
And so you have the babies,
There's 2
girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
A communication intermediary is an officer of the court. They're an unbiased and trained individual who acts as a conduit, essentially, to facilitate two-way communication between a justice or policing official and a victim, witness, or accused with a communication disability. A lot of the resources that we use are visual, so that's anything from photographs, line drawings. A calendar and a map go a long way when you're trying to establish a where and a when. There's also, a Sharpie and a piece of paper. We do a lot of that because we can't predict what that interview is going to be about, whether that's me drawing something to help the individual understand or in fact encouraging them to draw something. We're not looking for artistic talent, we're looking to communicate concepts and ideas.
The CI program is another way for us to bring our investigations to the next level and ensure that if you have people who have severe aphasia or have a condition where they're not able to communicate what happened to them, that we recognize that a communication intermediary is not biased, they're not taking away our job of interviewing people, they're another resource for us to rely on.
We're not there as an advocate, we're not there as a support, we are not there as a confidant, and we're not an investigator. We are an intermediary, so we don't conduct the interview and we don't change what is said. We are simply there to ensure that there's accurate and authentic communication between both parties. My long-term goal would be to have a system where CIs are hired and trained by the government, they're regulated by the government, and there's a real process in place where from police first contact all the way up, when an officer of the court comes in contact with an individual with a communication disability, they immediately know, oh, here's the number I call, I need a CI. So, what we want to get out there is that this is how you accommodate individuals with communication disabilities in the justice system. This is how you provide them with that access that they, like every other Canadian, deserve.